Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is me, once again. We are back, screaming into the void of the internet. Got a potential Halloween scare at the last moment. Apparently, if things don't go well, we could be looking at potential homelessness. And if things do go well, then maybe we could be able to move, but it's a last kind of Hail Mary situation, but I'll just say this, dude. Be careful who you make yourself available to in terms of being willing to help. Because when you're willing to help, the wrong people, don't be surprised when you're doing things that you might think are, good intentions and stuff like that, and you still end up screwing yourself over. I've said previously in my one of my videos that I don't hold that I help someone over their heads. I don't hold that as oh, you owe me now. I get why some people feel the need to do that, but I don't do that because there's not always going to be moments where you can pay it back. I can't pay back my friend with what he's done for me. I could pay it back, financially, but the level that it means to me that he's been here for me and looked out for me, it's invaluable. It's invaluable. I would not trade that for anything. You see instances where these guys make memes, and I know they're memes, but it's it's not to be a bros before hoes kind of thing, but it's when I see these jokes about saying, oh, your friend dies, but you get what is it, big titty goth girl or some kind of nonsense like that. I was I would never trade my friend for anything. I get that some people oh, that's some nonsense, some Naruto nonsense or something. Listen, dude, when you get a real one, the friend that I've had, I've known him for freaking since high school, dude, and we've never stopped talking. When you got someone that's that close, I think it's only something you'll understand if you have someone like that. And I do hope the guys get that because, we don't have anyone really looking out for us, so if you do find someone who looks out for you, you'll cherish that. You really will, man. But I think it's funny that that's my little Halloween scare, so to speak, And now it's essentially November. So we've got this crap show to get on with. An election. But I don't really have hope for whoever gets it. Let's be real, dude. Let's be real. Not one candidate actually says that they're going to look out for men. And if they said anything about men, it's usually because they want you to get back into the position where you're the pillars of society. Hold society together, guys. We'll support you to get you on your feet. Now, take your place right under that building and keep holding. Can I move? No, keep holding. Yeah, but it's no, keep holding. That's what they want from us. So, irregardless of who wins, that's what we're going to be doing if they have anything to say about it. Now, it's rather funny if things don't go well, and I do become a vagabond, so to speak, because it looks like I'll be in that crap like Riku from Kingdom Hearts. Freaking wandering around in the darkness at this point because, there's no guarantee. But I'm not gonna have a negative attitude about it because I could. We've been faced with homelessness before, but it hasn't happened when I've been an adult. If things have been wrong, the foster care system was there, even though that's not exactly a pleasant thing. If things are wrong now, I'm just kind of screwed because I've got a dick and balls, and so it's just kind of that. But who knows, maybe I'm being negative, but either way, I'm not going to care either way, because the fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter how you feel. You don't know the direction that it's going to go. And the truth of the matter is this, right? In this economy, this is what a lot of people are looking at. Someone recently commented on my videos that he might be faced with homelessness. And, my heart goes out to him. Like, someone in this community I used to listen to a bit, I don't know if he deleted his channel or if it got banned, but he was talking about how, like, he ended up facing homelessness, and he was recording while he was homeless and stuff like that, and I hope he's okay, man. Because, this is, like, just the life that a lot of us are looking at, because even if you do have, like, a job, you're just one paycheck away a lot of times from basically being homeless or something. You're behind on rent. And, I know that if worse comes to worse, my friend would offer me his place, but I wouldn't accept. If anything, I'd just, like, leave my, electronics over there, because it's my electronics. I trust him with that. Not that I don't trust him at all, but I trust him to, to look after him. I'm not going to leave him with all my clothes and stuff like that. That's just too much. Just my electronics, so I'll just put that there. I wouldn't go because he said before, because I've talked about him, I talked to him about this before, like, not before it's gotten this bad, but, before, and he said, like, listen, like, he'd take me in a heartbeat, but considering that I've been unable to get work here, it's not as though that would be, like, different just because I'm over there, and I don't want to, like, cause any drama for the family and stuff like that, and one of the issues is, even over there, like, when he was unemployed for a bit, because way back in my videos, if you look back, I talked about how my friend ended up becoming a NEET for a bit. Like, I think it was, like, 2 months before he found work, so, and he only found work, air quotes, because it's involving, again, like, health insurance, if you listen to my videos from time to time, right? And health insurance, like, any kind of insurance-based, like, sales stuff is commission-based for the most part. And I do have experience in sales, and I can tell you it's just not, it's not easy, and it's not pleasant, and I hope that he keeps it, and I hope that it keeps working out, but it's a very kind of, like, cutthroat industry where you can get screwed over at any time. He got screwed over last time involving, like, sales stuff, so, like, that's how he lost his job, and he was just, like, a NEET for 2 months, and he didn't get paid to this day. Like, whatever was going on at that company, like, he never got paid from it, so, yikes, So I'm really just hoping, like, for his sake that it doesn't happen again. But the point that I'm making is he only really got a job because he got involved with sales, and sales is always looking to hire people because a lot of sales is, again, cutthroat, and so people like, come and go as they please, and so, that's really the reason why sales pitches are, like, always open. But I'm telling you, not everyone can be a freaking sales agent, dude. No. Not everyone can do it. I tried it, and I just can't sit there and lie to people like that. If you can, then all right, but I can't. I'm not gonna sit around here and lie to this person and say that, oh, it's all good. I just can't do it. So I wouldn't want to go over there and not have a job again and just be a NEET to him. Like, that's just, I just couldn't do that. So all I can say is, like, this is, like, the reality that a lot of us guys are looking at, Potential homelessness is constant. A lot of fellow NEETs out here, And I'm sure that, people are going to look at that and go, ha ha ha, you freaking loser, back in my day, I had this. But like I said previously, like, don't get it twisted. Those freaking boomers are not any better. Because the moment that little arthritis starts kicking in, and no, I did not misspeak, I'm just, being southern for a minute, arthritis, because that's how these jackarsists call it, right? The moment that starts kicking in, they start feeling like they're entitled to, freaking money and stuff. Why can't I get some of that money from, the stuff the government's giving to them there immigrants? I thought that sounds like Social Security. Are you saying that you're supposed to be getting taken care of just because? Well, back in my day, I'm working. No, it's not back in your day anymore, though, you see? So, it's always like, it's always a hypocrite kind of stuff with them, On one hand, it's back in my day for you, but then the moment those knees start giving out, the moment that wrist starts hurting, all of a sudden, then, they're supposed to get taken care of. It's a shame, but this is the reality that a lot of us are looking at. But like I said, I'm not gonna face this with like I'm an owed something, because the truth of the matter is I'm not owed anything, I'm not. And so whatever happens, happens. That's all I can really say. We'll see. We'll see. But I digress, man. I'll say this. I don't know what's going to happen this month, but I still feel like it's going to be a crap show, dude. Like, especially if this cunt wins, though. Because there is no way that this chick will win, like, fairly if she wins. Like, there's just no way. That's not me being, like, some jackass, like, sucking off Orange Man. It's just the truth. Like, no one can name a policy from this dumb arse broad. Like, no, not one person can name that. And the small stuff that, like, they can talk about that she's doing has literally just been, like, at the last freaking minute. You're supposed to have all this prepared just in case. She didn't. Doesn't that not just speak volumes about, like, what kind of freaking job she's gonna do? And with all the stuff that she's claiming she'll do if she gets it, okay, dumb arse, why haven't you done it now? The one job that you were in charge of was the border, and look at how that's gone. So, I'm just saying. Because, like I said, I'm not really getting political. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to make this all about, like, me being potentially homeless. I'm just talking just to get this stuff out of my head. But, again, I don't really face this with trepidation. I don't face this with anxiousness. I face this just saying, hey, man, just is what it is. Like, people try and tell you that life's what you make it. But the truth of the matter is, life is primarily just RNG luck, dude. Sometimes you can deny your, you can, like, rise above your circumstance and, like, really make something of yourself, but that's very rare. That's why people, like, remember those kinds of people so much, because it's exceptional. They're exceptional. Because they somehow, broke the mold, as the Shrek song says, I only shooting stars break the mold. Yeah. That's the truth. Because you can't honestly look at me and say that a guy born in a third world country has the opportunities of someone in the first world. Or even better yet, they're both born in the first world country, but one's born to, like, I'm not even going to say rich, just stable parents, and the other's born to, like, just impoverished parents. Or one person's born to, like, parents that just, like, sexually abuse them and hoard them out, and the other person was just maybe just parents that were poor, but they were, like, sane. Like, different childhoods and different experiences are going to impact, like, how you develop and how you're going to see the world and all kinds of crap like that. And people try and tell you that, it doesn't matter, you should have this worldview, this is the correct worldview. Like I said, like, in one of my videos, like, yeah, no, I'm done with that, How are you going to tell me what's right and wrong and stuff like that? Don't get it twisted, I do think we need right and wrong, but I'm certainly not going to listen to it from, like, a freaking objectively corrupt freaking government or establishment that's only incentives are to keep making money and have rigged it in a manner to where no matter what happens, there's not really any situation where they're going to lose, Not at all. Not at all. So, for me, the fact of the matter is, a lot of us are in a position because, really, we just didn't have good circumstances, And even if we had, like, good circumstances early on, like, okay, what about now, Did I have a perfect childhood? Absolutely not. I've talked about what happened to me as a kid, if you listened. And if you haven't, because, it's not like I have a whole bunch of people watching this channel, that's fine. But if you haven't, then, whatever. But even if I did, like, I don't come from money, so it's like, I don't really have a way to deal with, the job market. I don't really have any way to offset it, There's not, like, tons of connections I can make where somebody can just randomly give me a job. There's a whole lot of RNG to life. There's a whole lot of luck. Oh, you just need to take more action. Yeah, good joke, buddy. I have been walking around this crap hole for months, like in June, in July, and I would walk miles and miles to try and get jobs. I would go to job fairs. I do all this stuff. I do everything, and it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter, man. And that's a lot more than, like, a lot of other people would do, because I was just so desperate to, like, get out of this, and I still am, but, I'm also not an idiot. It's like, what's the point of just constantly walking around if it's not going to amount to anything? So, what I'm trying to get at is, again, like, don't try and blame yourself for this, man. Like, I know that the times are going to be rough, because, like I said, if everything goes wrong, and I'm expecting it to be honest. Like, it's not that I want it to happen, but it's just usually what happens. You know, if everything's supposed to go right, I was supposed to already have, this position with these people for my physical fitness and stuff like that. But, oh, well, you see, there was a case of asthma when you were like, only freaking 12, And I was supposed to even before then, I was supposed to have a job. Well, yeah, we'll give you a job at this coffee place, but then we're going to F with your hours, and so, yeah, F you, we'll have to let you go. It's just one thing after the other. And this is not me, like, complaining about my life. This is just me using me as an example. Like, I'm expecting things to go wrong because usually that's just what happens. I think a lot of us here have just been given a lot of bad hands in life. And so it's like expecting things to go right when you're given a bad hand is like expecting to win a game of cards when all you got are 1s and 3s. You don't got aces, you just got 1s and 3s. So it's like you're not beating people that objectively are usually starting with like 8 through kings. Like, if you know how cards work, They're expecting us to beat them. And like these are the hands that we get. And we're just hoping that one of these days it'll break it. I know that most of us got, 1, 2, 3, but there's going to be this one guy that's going to come along with all aces and he's just going to dominate, but that's just not how life works, It's just not. And again, we can scream into the void and we can say that it's not fair, but they don't really care about fair. They don't really care about who it hurts and stuff like that, so, It just kind of is what it is. I know that some people will probably be on the verge of breaking down at this point, but yeah, I've been there, done that, long time ago, so my days with that are pretty much done. Like, I just have to face it head on, and it just is what it is, man, It just really is. My heart really goes out to a lot of these guys in this position, dude, because I know how it is to be in this position, and I know how it is, like, if you've given up, man, if you've just accepted whatever happens, man, I understand, dude, again, I understand. That's why, again, like, just like I said in my NEAT video, that's actually one of my videos that are doing, like, fairly well for some reason, I don't blame you. I don't blame you for giving up. I don't blame you for just rolling over, man. I can't do it. I just can't sit there and just wallow in the filth, but I don't blame you for just saying, F it, dude. I'm just going to sit here and rot. I don't blame you. Not everyone's got the fortitude that other people do. And this isn't me, like, stroking my freaking ego. It's just that I think I've just reached the just IDGAF, no matter what. Like, that's just kind of the attitude that I have. It's just the attitude that I have, and it is what it is. Just is what it is, man. It's just life. It's just life. Tell you what, if this really goes wrong, I have, like, not a Hail Mary, but there is one thing that I might consider doing, right? And I really don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. I don't want to do it because if the wrong thing happens, it can just F you so bad because you're a man, and it's just not fair. My aunt, right? She works in correction. So if everything goes south and I literally, like, can't do anything else, like, one last Hail Mary that I can do, one last Hail Mary is probably get, like, referred to, like, either a juvie facility or an all-female facility. I don't want to do either, I really don't. It's not something that I want to do because if something goes wrong, again, just because you're a guy, like, you're just effed. They don't give a rat's arse, dude. They don't care if there's evidence for otherwise, like, you're just screwed, and then you get locked up, so I really, really, really do not want to do that. But, That could be a Hail Mary, but let's just, like, she even gives a rat's arse, you know? Like, if she doesn't care, then, you know, she doesn't care. A lot of instances, like, you'll be relying on someone, you know, in a really dark time, and they just don't really give a rat's arse, so, yeah. Now, will I be able to get out of the homelessness if I get it? I don't know, but we'll see. I'm certainly not going to just sit there and, like, just start drugging up and stuff, but, you know, you never know until you're there. So, again, I don't want to make this all about homelessness, so I think I'll try and conclude this a bit. Hang in there, guys. Hang in there, you know. I know that I'm making a video talking about potential homelessness and just, I'm going to deal with it, but, you know, hang in there, because I know that there are guys that even now, they're just worse. Like, they're just in a worse position. Like, maybe they got a roof over their heads, but their family, like, just eats them alive daily. You know, I've at least got a family that doesn't do that to me. You know, they don't give me that. You know, hey, but that could change. You know, you never know. We'll just see, though. We shall see, because that's all we can really do. It's just kind of how we have it in this world. You know, we don't ask to be here, and trust, we could get really, really crappy starts. And even despite being born in, like, you know, a country like this, like America, or like a first world country, maybe Britain or, you know, wherever, like, we can still just get screwed. But I'm going to try and, you know, keep trucking on best I can, in spite of. I hope to keep making these, because I still feel like that will be really helpful to guys who persevere. And then maybe if I get freaking shank kebabbed, you know, while I'm homeless or something like that, then maybe these will help. Like, if someone discovers them. And listen, this is not me, like, you know, saying that I'm gonna freaking end myself or something. I'm not. I'm not gonna give those cocksuckers the satisfaction. You know, if you're gonna come and get it, you gotta come and get it, and it's gonna be a fight. So it's just kind of the attitude that I've always had towards life, because I've always been given bad cards. So, again, I hope you guys got something out of this. I hope you guys are safe out there. I hope you guys are staying sane. You know, because that's really just all we can hope to do right now, is stay sane, because there's a lot of reasons not to. Unfortunately for us, if we do go to, you know, some insane asylum, like, we don't even get, like, these freaking nurses, screwing us. All the asylums are just gone. That's why all these wokies are out here, because they're supposed to be at the asylum. Unfortunately, they're not, and so we have to deal with them. But kind of is what it is. Again, hope you guys got something out of this. God bless. I'll see you next time.